Hello, Aly Dosdall here from the We Are Member Keepers design team, and today I'm going to show you how to make these adorable Father's Day cards with a folded shirt and a little sentiment that says "You're awesome." Okay, so I'm going to show you how to fold the shirt and the tie so you can make one for the man in your life. Okay, first of all, I've cut this piece of paper to, I would say it's like 5.5 by 8.5. Okay, so it's like half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet. You can honestly cut any size rectangle and it'll turn out pretty much the same. The only difference you're going to see is in the length from here to here. So, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to score some lines. Now when you're working with this heavy cardstock, it's always best to score your folds first before you fold them. Otherwise you're going to get some tearing and it'll just look bad. So I already marked it with a pencil so that I can do this fairly quickly. So you're going to score at 1 3/8, 1 3/8, and then again at 2 3/4. Let's see if I can find my marks here. Right there, right there. Okay, that's 2 3/4. So 1 3/8, 2 3/4, and then last one is 4 1/8. And I know those are crazy measurements. That's just for this this size, the 5.5 by 8.5. Now, if you're doing another size rectangle, basically you're just going to do the middle here and then fold these over. I'll show you to the middle, okay? So we'll start with the center score line and gently fold over. And then you're going to fold these in. Actually, this is a good point. This is the design that I want to have on my shirt, on the outside of my shirt. So I'm going to fold it facing down. Okay, so we're going to redo that and fold that score line, so it meets up with the center line. Need to scoot it just a tad. Okay, and then this one I'll fold in to there so they meet in the middle. Okay, all right. Now we're going to open this up and we're going to fold these corners down so they line up right here on this line, this score line. Okay. Now this I didn't score obviously, but it wouldn't hurt to score that. And also, let's see if I can find it, a bone folder is great too to get those real good creases. Okay, so fold this one over to that center line. Whoops, I'm just off a tad. It's kind of hard to see, sorry. Okay, so then we're going to use the bone folder to get a good crease there. Okay, now we're going to fold them back in. Okay, now I'm going to use my score tool again. Sorry, these aren't quite lined up. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to use my score tool again, and I'm going to score a line just below this point, at the point of this V here, just maybe right there. Okay, I'm going to run my score tool down there and fold that over, make a crease, if I can do it. Okay, and fold it open. Now what we're going to do, and this is the trickiest part of this particular fold, this origami fold. So what you're going to do is take these corners right here, you're going to pull them out, and this is going to pull up as you do it, and you're going to line this crease line right up along this here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it's going to pull that up, and that's okay. You're going to take this one and do the same thing. Line up this crease that you just made with this edge here. Okay. That should get you so that these points meet right here in the center. Okay. Once you do that, you're going to fold this down. Okay, you're going to crease this as you go. Kind of fold that down. Sometimes you get little pockets there, so you can use your stylus tool or a pen that's not, that's not popped out, so you don't color it. I guess it doesn't matter because it's the inside. And those are your sleeves. You see that? Okay, so that's the most complicated fold you're gonna do. Everything else is pretty easy. Okay, so now we're gonna flip this over, okay? And we're gonna make a score line at the bottom here, about a 1/2 inch. Okay, I'm gonna line it up on my grid here. About a 1/2 inch from the bottom, up from the bottom, okay? This is gonna end up being your collar. So you're gonna fold this up, then flip it over, and now you're gonna make the collar, okay? And the best thing I can say about this is to just imagine the collar of a, you know, of a shirt as you do it. Sort of, gonna kind of fold like that, and meet, these points have to meet right here in the center, evenly. Oops, sorry about the camera there. Trying to reach around it. Okay, so that's about good. And this doesn't have to be a real tight crease there around the collar. Okay, so now we're going to pull the sleeves up from the bottom, and we're going to tuck them underneath these collar folds. Okay, and that's what's going to hold this shirt together. And you're going to try to get this center line matched up with the center line right here on the collar, on the inside of the collar. Okay, at this point, I don't know that scoring is going to help you. You've got so many layers here, but just do the best you can with the creases. So there you have it. How cute is that? Okay, so we've got our shirt now. Does that not look like a dad shirt? And so now we're going to make a tie to go with this shirt. Okay, so I've got a strip of paper here that coordinates with this, and it is 5 inches long and it's a 1/2 inch wide. And I went ahead and already inked the edges just to give it a little definition so it shows up better against the shirt, okay? So what you're gonna do again is just envision in your head a tie, and you're just gonna take the top of it and kind of bend it around this way, okay? Let me do that a little bit further down. I want to try to kind of get this design right in the center, so I'm going to bend it a little bit further down till I get what I'm after. Doesn't really matter that much, but that's kind of what I envisioned. Okay, then we're going to fold this side over. Okay, and we're going to have to do a little bit of hiding some extra paper. So we'll just kind of fold that down a little and in a little bit so that it doesn't show from behind, and straighten this out so it's a straight tie. Okay, how's that? Pretty cute, huh? And that's a little bit long, so what I'm gonna do is take my precision tip scissors, and I'm just gonna hold it up against the shirt about where the tie is gonna be. So I'm thinking probably right about here is where I'm gonna cut it. And I'm gonna cut a V shape because that's what ties look like. And I would go back and ink these if I, you know, for sure. So then I'm gonna take my adhesive and I'm gonna adhere the back of this so it stays folded up. And then I'm gonna put some adhesive along the tie and along this folded up area here as well so that it stays put. Okay. Oh, before you do that, I forgot we have a little tie tack that we're gonna add, a little brown brad. Okay, and I'm thinking probably right about here would be cute. So I'm gonna poke a hole with my brad setter and paper piercing tool. That makes it so easy to get that brad in there. All right, and now since I have my adhesive already on there, I'm gonna add a little bit more. You're gonna do this obviously before you put your adhesive on. I'm gonna add some more adhesive over that. Okay, and now we're gonna attach the tie onto the shirt. So darling. I'm gonna shove it up under those collar folds and make sure it's nice and straight. It comes right down that center line. Okay, give it a little squeeze so it stays. And there is your darling little shirt.